Hey everybody, this is an ASMR, also a mukbang. I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced, but it's inspired by Trisha Paytas, and I'm just going to talk about my life. I'll tell you a few funny stories, I guess, while I eat some Chick-fil-A. I already tried it in the first video, and it was really boring, so half the french fries are gone. So this will be a little shorter, but here we go. This is mostly a joke. That's why I don't have an actual microphone, and that's why I'm using earpods. So here we go into it. So I'll tell you some stories. Start when I told my other crush, not my current in school one. He's a different one. Rather not share much about him, so we'll call him M. So M, I really liked him for like 3 years since I've known him. So I finally got the courage one day, like, to tell him I liked him. So, like, I was with my friend Nadia, and I got up the confidence, and I was like, my story screenshot if you think I should tell my crush I like him. So he screenshotted it, and I was like, yep, I gotta do it. And I assumed since he did that, it meant he wasn't busy. So after a few more convincing and other snaps of people trying to get me to do it, and my friends convincing me, I decided, well, what to say. I kind of like you right now, and I don't know if you already knew, but if you didn't, here you go. And he responded. I went straight to sleep after that because I was terrified of how he'd react. So I wake up the next morning, open the snap with the most fear in my chest ever, and he freaking says, that I'm joking. That's so cool. I'm getting drunk right now. With a picture of him drinking Starbucks or some shit, and I didn't respond. Luckily, I was with my friend, and we were going to Ocean City, which is like a vacation place in Maryland if you're not from here. And yeah, so that really sucked. If you're still watching, comment Shakabra, or if you don't know how to spell that, tangerine. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, because I mentioned it in the last video. I might have forgot now. This is more of a joke for my friends, so don't watch this if you're not my friend. So yeah, I went through this really weird phase from June to July where I went insane and was doing crazy stuff for attention. And eventually I just gave up. I was like, hey, somebody talk to me. And he started talking to me, and it was like over the entire month of July, me and him just talked and talked and talked. And he obviously didn't remember or even read the thing about me liking him, so I didn't have to worry about it. So on we go to October, when I started liking my new crush. He was there since like the first day of school, and I knew him off my best friend Haley, and usually I like boys when they just start showing me attention. Like, that's just who I am. He happened to be one. He'd like cheer me on for projects when I barely knew him, and I remember I made eye contact with him once, and we just started like going like at each other for like a minute straight, and neither one didn't know when to stop. And eventually I followed him on Instagram. He commented occasionally, just weird stuff. And then eventually I was like, yeah, I like him. So it's homecoming, right? I'm with Haley and her boyfriend, and he comes around occasionally, and then I'm like, fluttering in love. I don't remember if I told Haley at this point that I liked him. I think I told her that I stopped liking him, but that was like a shit lie. This was in October, by the way, at homecoming, if I didn't say that. And so she's like, Hannah wants to dance with you. And then he goes like this, like, you and me? And I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, he grabs my waist from behind. And I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck is going on here, dude? And I'm scared as shit. And then I go like, my back like breaks outwards trying to like get away from his grasp. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm too awkward for this. And lots of other stuff has happened where he's talked to me and made jokes with me, commented stuff, random things that are insignificant to everybody else, but fun to me, so I'm just going to skip on that. My friend Angelina has probably heard every single thing, and Haley most of it too. Maybe Michael too. And, wait, I'm going to do SMR. And shit, what did I say? So flashback to like, I think Thursday. I was an A day at our school, a day I don't have class with him. And I saw my friend Megan in the hallway as I was going to math, and I approached her just to say hi, and she was like, are you coming up to me to what I think you're coming up for me for? And I was like, what? She's like, oh, blah, blah. And I'm like, who did you tell? Who the fuck did you tell? And then she goes saying that he overheard while she was telling someone about me and said that I liked him for some goddamn reason. And apparently said I didn't think she liked me. I thought that she thought I was annoying. So apparently I really gave him the wrong vibes. This Thursday was the night of the Lana Del Rey concert, and of course I missed school because when I got home I took a shower and it was like 1 or 2 a.m. I could have made it to school, but I bitch didn't want to. Like, I can survive on that sleep, but I didn't want to. So I didn't have to face him after he knew, but tomorrow I'm gonna have to face him about the thing, and Megan keeps making it worse and bringing it up to him, like, pretend it never happened. And I know he's never going to speak to me again. Like, that's obvious. Which, usually when they find out and never speak to me, I stop liking them. Because the thing that fuels my crushes is attention most of the time. Oops. And so that's where we're at now. I'm trying to think of, like, maybe a funny story time or talk about my Lana Del Rey concert. Well, I guess I'll talk about the concert because I'm guessing a lot of you would like to hear about it. And I just like Callie too. She's the opening act, if you didn't know her. And Callie's pretty cool. She had some sour notes where she kind of did something, it was just kind of but she was mostly good. Lana sounded just like her the songs on her records. It was pretty cool. She's really good. When Love started playing, I started crying like a little bitch. Like, my mom took a really crappy live video on her Samsung, and you can hear me like sobbing in the background. It's hilarious. Like, I'm sobbing around to the lyrics. Sobbing along to the lyrics. It's just a meaningful song. I was really hoping she'd sing it because Michael told me she didn't sing it at his show. And I don't know. It was just really emotional for me because I'm a romantic, kind of love-filled person. I've just always been that way. So it was like cool to see it live because the song means a lot. Means a lot. And if you're still watching, comment, Michael's a fat fuck. Michael's a fat fuck. If you are Michael and you're this far, comment, Hannah is a fat fuck. I doubt anybody has made it this far unless they skipped. If You did, congrats. But I still have a whole chicken nugget to eat and a few more fries, which I just spilled everywhere. I'm just gonna snort it like cocaine off the table. But yeah, I don't know what I was really planning to talk about when I made this, but I think of like a story. At the time I got hit in the head with a shovel when I was like, abused by Megan too. She's the reason for a lot of bad fortune in my life. Makes sense. She's a midget and she's evil. So she's essentially one of Satan's minions. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, which would probably be really annoying to most of you, but I honestly can't stand not looking at myself when there's a mirror in the room. I tend to attract to it because I love looking at myself. Oops. But yeah. So Megan wanted to like throw a shovel over my head for some reason. It was like when we were like 6 or 7, and it hit me in the head, and I remember I didn't know what was happening because she was like sobbing and looking at me, and then I saw blood drip like down my eye, and I was like, what the fuck, I'm bleeding. So then my mom tried calling off work because her young child is like has a giant dent in her head that's like bleeding out. I didn't even feel it because apparently you can't feel stuff in your head or near your brain, and I didn't feel it, and I honestly think it messed something up there. Like, I honestly do. I think it was before we were in school. Maybe that's my math disability. Maybe that's why I have OCD, but my dad has it, so it's probably hereditary. Maybe it's the skin picking thing. I don't know, but I think it did something to derange me up there. But my mom couldn't call off, and my grandmother had to go all the way, like, from her town to my town. Most of you know what I'm talking about, but for the few creepy strangers and people I don't know in real life, this isn't going to make sense, so I'm just going to say down to town. And my mom couldn't come get me because her boss at the time, who's a bitch, who always threw her under the bus, was, her goldfish was getting a surgery. Like, this sounds like some bullshit made up stuff, but I swear to God on my life that it's real. Like, she was actually having, surgery for her goldfish. She had like several rats in her house. She had every pet of every kind, and she was like obsessed with anything her cat brought in. It was really strange, but my mom doesn't know her anymore unless they're talking badly against each other. It's the chicken nuggets. I don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. So I'm chewing with my mouth open. It's all for the ASMR. And I'm trying to think else. What else? Other crazy stories of life. I could tell you about my dad's haunted apartment, but I never went to it, so it's not that good. So I don't know. My life isn't that interesting. If you're still watching, comment childhood obesity. I'll get one more chicken nugget for ASMR purposes. Then I'm gonna end this because I really don't know what else to talk about, so. I hope you're getting tingles. that's all. Thanks for watching. If you watch it all, comment. Hannah is the best or the worst. Depends what you think. And bye.